It's finally time, guys. We're going to be starting a brand new character on the new expansion, cycle, league, whatever you want to call it, for Last Epoch. So we're going to go ahead and actually create a new online character, and we want to make sure we select cycle. It's not necessarily going to be like a full walkthrough, although I'll kind of explain some of the stuff as we go along. And if you're wondering what we're going to be playing, we're going to be playing the best build in the game. The best build in the game, which is going to be a build for the ballistas. As far as I'm aware, this is still a top tier build. I haven't actually played Last Epoch since basically the first few weeks of the game. But can we skip? Okay, we're gonna skip all the cutscenes. We're just gonna hop in. We're gonna play. I'll give you guys my thoughts and my impressions on the game as it has a new update. So I wrote down some notes. There's these brand new bosses. There's a new cycle. Oh wait, do I have to redo some of the keybinds? Do I need to plug in a controller? I think we were playing this game with a controller last time I actually played. In this game, it plays pretty well with the controller, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, is it registering controller now? Oh, I can move the analog stick, but for some reason the buttons don't work. I don't know why. Anyways, so we're gonna actually have to swap some controls. Is there force move? Does it reset all the buttons? Alright, so we're gonna have to kill some stuff at the very beginning, but anyways, yeah, our build is gonna be super good, and the reason why it's gonna be super good is because it's based off of an item that I think is one of the best items in the game for like leveling, but I need to go to one thing real quick with controls. I think they redid my keybinds for some reason. Is it not under here? Is keybinds like, okay, change input keys. This is what we want right here. Okay, so we want force move on Q, and that's pretty much the only thing I really need. And then this, we could do W, and then E, R. Do we really even need this many abilities? Probably not. Let's just get started with playing. But our build is basically based off of a unique in the earlier stages that will give us bonus damage per point of dexterity, and that has not been actually nerfed, because I had to double check right before I started my stream to make sure, because I haven't been keeping up with this game in terms of like every single build that's gotten buffed and nerfed, but I briefly looked at max roll and they still had it on the top tier for this, so it was one of my favorite builds in the entire game when it launched, and I'm sure it'll still be good. But yeah, a few new notes though, because I kind of got sidetracked. But we have some new bosses. We have a new ability actually that got added to the spacebar. And that ability, did we get a bow yet? Okay, cool. That ability is the little evade here. So the game should feel a little bit better now. And they did some class balance changes, and there's a new faction as well. So lots of new things coming for this game, which is awesome. Because I've always liked Last Epoch. However, one thing that I really wasn't a fan of was like the way the game actually felt. Like I felt like the engine itself could see some improvements. It's like just the way the combat feels in the game. Like if I was to compare it to Diablo, because I get asked, you know, do I think this game's better or Diablo? Honestly, I like them both. Last Epoch has really great ideas, and I'm talking really great ideas. There's also I believe it's somewhere around here, there's like a secret that you can actually get to make the game way harder, if you want to. I forgot to talk to the little NPC over here. So we gotta go ahead and do that. But the game is fun. If you haven't played this game, I'm pretty sure it's on sale now. This is not a sponsored video, but I think it is definitely worth your time if you like action RPGs. The design of the skills is really cool because every single skill has its entire skill tree, which we will unlock at level 4, which will be very soon. Let me actually just go start up the stream. Alright, so we gotta go select this. And there we go. And we are now off. I just had to change something on the stream for a second, because there is Twitch drops available. So if you want to watch it for the next few days, you can get some free cosmetics. But the very beginning of this game will be definitely a little bit slow, just like every action RPG. But you don't have to at least collect the little like you have to do the idle stuff. Okay. I was hoping they would just unlock that for you, but apparently they're making it easier for alts to get to the end game. but I haven't really checked out the shop or anything. I don't know if there's like some new battle pass for this game or anything, but we'll check. So we'll go through at least the first like hour, and I'll give you guys my first impressions of the game as I'm just playing live here. I'll just do like bleed dot. We have some sort of speed shrine. So our goal is just to rush straight to getting to the end games. We want to get to maps as quickly as possible. But as soon as we get, I think it's called puncture, pierce. Forgot what they call it in this game, but that's the skill that I personally like the most for leveling. And as soon as we get those unique boots, it's like game over. Everything you get in one shot. What's up, Wild? How you doing? Alright.
When you arrived, it was my mistake. What are you gonna come? Let me watch you fight.
Alright, so now we get to put one of our we get to put extra. I'm just gonna slam a lot of points into that. This is also great to get in the very beginning. But now we have a little dodge roll too.
Smoke.
Might actually have to bind a fourth skill very soon. But once we hit level 4, we can actually invest into a skill. Which I guess we can do the little shurikens. They're not feeling that bad.
So much destruction. And for what?
Eventually we're gonna get these traps and it's gonna be awesome.
Easy. Too easy.
Right. So the first thing that we want to do in this game, because the way damage works is flat numbers are always going to be superior in the earlier stages of Last Epoch. Because you don't get like item power, which is actually a good design decision. Like in Diablo, like you have like the item power system, which I've never really liked because that obsoletes all items that you pick up until the end game, right? But there is going to be a new like league mechanic too. And so the league mechanic in this game is like you have an enemy that you can put like items on them and then you can like get the items. It's kind of interesting. I like it though, because if you're giving them like really good items and you kill them, well then you get a chance or something like that. I forgot exactly how it works, but it looked interesting enough. So now we got our first specialization. We're gonna get way more into flat damage. You know, Acid Flask wasn't that bad at all. We can actually try that for leveling as well. Let's go ahead and put that on right click. Let's see how it performs. What game is this? The name of this game is called Last Epoch. It's kind of like Diablo if you've ever played Diablo. I think Acid Flask is actually really good for leveling as well. Let's just use this as our main skill. The reason why it's good is I'm pretty sure it got buffed, and it actually was already legitimately pretty good. So let's just level with it and we'll see how it goes. So what I'm going to search for is damage. Just give me everything that gives me damage. 10% damage, increased area. I think getting the damage is going to be worth. So we're going to get damage, and then we need 2 points into damage, and then eventually we can get increased area. And so we'll level up with this. You know, might as well level up with you know, something completely new. See how it goes. What's up, Chow Chow? Is this PC only? Yes. No console version of the game yet. It'll eventually, I think, come out for console. I'm sure that they could probably get this running on the Nintendo Switch. And that's not like, I'm not trying to mock the game at all. I'm just saying that, like, as in the PC requirements aren't really like demanding, which is good. I mean, it's a good decision.
We're almost there. I'll see you ahead.
Oh, this game also has a really good loot filter. Although right now I'm just gonna pick up every single piece of garbage until, you know, we fill up, you know, at least one in every single category. Well, you know what's actually pretty OP in this game for leveling? I'm pretty sure like any sort of regeneration is really great. Do I think the first ascent is worth playing? Absolutely. I just dropped a video on TikTok and YouTube recently if you want to check out like my full review, but to answer the question on that, it's 100% worth checking out. It's a free game. I recommend everyone to at least try the game out, beat the campaign, and if you want to continue after that, it's a pretty rough grind, I'm not gonna lie, but I like action RPG games, so. Oh, you actually get 2 of these little evades. And you know what's cool, guys, is the evade isn't just like, oh, that's it. The evade can be converted into other things, which is something I'm very excited to see later. And we'll see if it's any good. There's like one where you get a crab. Like, I don't know, it sounds weird, but I want to see the new uniques. I checked out the uniques. There was one that lets you get like a new ability. And it's interesting how it works because it only casts once every 4 seconds is how it works. unless you use a different skill. So it encourages you to play like all these different skills, and it'll activate on each one. That was a build that I was thinking about, but I was like, you know what, I don't even know if this is going to be good. I'd rather have a good, strong league starter, like the first character we make to be super, super strong. We farm up, we get all the ranks, and we get all the gold, and then we change. I can now use my portal. Okay, well, that's awesome. I mean, what's portal key in this game? Oh, I don't know what my keybinds were, but I think it got reset at some point. I don't know if it's because they added a new skill, which default to space. Well, give us this last epoch. Yeah, it's like Diablo. PoE 2. Nah, man. I wish PoE 2 was out, man. PoE 2, we will definitely be playing that game. That game's going to be coming out this year, guys, for the beta. Now, as far as the official launch, I don't know. I feel like GGG's really been delaying that game, so we'll see, man. Like, I wonder if they're just really trying to polish everything, or if, you know, sometimes with games internally, there's like some new person that wants to change a lot of stuff with the game. But the game's already like really good looking, like in terms of like what I've seen. So I don't think that like there's like a huge like, you know, mess up in the game or anything. I think they really want to make that game good, which is good. Versus rushing it out and coming out with like just so many broken things, right? I don't know if any of you guys remember that game, Wolcen. I still like that game, to be honest. I think Wolcen was a really cool game. It's just because it released with so many bugs, that game it never had a chance, man. And they're shutting down the servers, which is kind of sad because I really feel like that game is still salvageable if they maybe made a Wolcen 2 or something like that. I don't think that there was really any fixing the game in terms of updates, but I think that game was fixable in terms of making a sequel and maybe making the sequel completely free. Now, I think that was the only way that you get people, because a lot of people, when it launched, that game had a huge wave for an action RPG to get like the amount of concurrent players they got in the first week. Incredible. But because it was so riddled with bugs, and they did this a couple times where they're like, okay guys, new patch, still buggy. Alright guys, we released a new patch, it was still buggy. They needed to drop like the patch way faster and needed to fix everything at once, versus like, oh well, you fell under the map. I don't know why it released at that time. Could be sometimes for some game studios they run out of funding and you either have your game die and never come out, or you just release it and you just pray that it gets enough traction that it makes enough money to fix the bugs. I don't know what exactly went on with that game, but it released way too early. Ooh, we're taking some damage here. Did we put that regen on the chalice? I think we did. Okay. Ooh, we're so low on HP. Oh, we grabbed the potion though. But in this game, what I do like when you do die though, it tells you what you died to, and the penalty is like non-existent. Especially for early game. PoE test server. No, it's not PoE. I don't know. Oh, we were talking about PoE too. Am I finished with First Ascendant? I finished the campaign, yeah. But I'm not like done playing it. This just came out today, so we're gonna play this for a bit. And then, actually Overwatch got an update too, man. There's like so many games. Oh, that's a bug. This game has a couple bugs, but it's not like Wolcen. Like this game is 1000% like, you know, playable with that. Oh, that's pretty good. Haste, 25% chance? Wait. Haste, 25% haste. Wow, they're just making this like one of the best things for leveling. Like, amazing. They give you more AoE. Haste is so important because it just makes you so much faster. We have another point in. This is work off of this. This is physical poison throwing, attack, area, dexterity. And this game's pretty beginner friendly when it comes to like explaining certain things. But we need to get some more damage. We can also get more HP too. It's not like a bad thing at all. And also, this is a new mechanic. The bosses have like ward that decays on these little like thresholds. But once we get puncture, I'm just gonna swap the puncture. Even though like acid flask is not bad at all. I mean, it's just puncture also applies a dot. The reason why this skill is actually pretty strong is because of the dot. Yeah, Explosive Trap Ballista is super godly. That's what we're going to be playing. Let's see if we got any upgrades here. We have plus 20... Oh, 12. Okay, so no upgrade there. Oh, we have health regen. Okay, we have got one more extra health regen. We just got this. So let's go throw that in. And then when do we get puncture? It's pretty soon. Oh, we have it. Cool. I'm just going to replace this. We tried out the new skill. And I'll be honest, this thing is just so much better. We want as much bleed as possible. And we will be getting a lot more bleed. The reason why I also like this is because it costs no mana. And, well, in the very beginning, mana is not fun. To, like, manage as a resource, so... And I also like this because it feels very fast in terms of like the reaction time. But as far as this whole new season feels, like it's nicer to have the dodge for sure. But in terms of it feeling like a brand new game or anything, I would say not really. But we haven't gotten to that point of a new mechanic yet. And I don't know how often they spawn. I'm assuming you don't have to get to endgame for it. Some of the items that they were showing off weren't necessarily like godly items, but like I don't expect every item to be absolutely godly in the very beginning. Let's see, what do we have? We have physical shred. I just want this, just to bleed. Just give me that 100% bleed, and we will be blasting through content. But acid flask could be something we could level up with as well. If I'm not really feeling this, but I feel like this is pretty solid right now, and I believe that you get something over here. So there's a lot of like these side quests in the game. Can we oh, okay, well, okay, dude, I'm glad I figured out that that works. So I don't know if that was the dodge roll. It's probably, I'll be honest, that's unintended. But I know how this game works. There's also gates that you can kind of phase through. Like that's not supposed to be in the game. I'm not doing any sort of speedrun glitches, but like, I'm not trying to speedrun it, but, like, if I can save myself a few seconds by walking around, how it works is your mobility skills displace you where you are in the middle of it. So you can walk through certain, like, gates. That was very true with the Falconer, which is what we plan to go. Because Falconer was, like, miles ahead of every single class when it came out. And they did nerf it, but, like, dude, you cut that damage in half and it's still, like, the top tier build. Let's go, man. Am I gonna try Once Human? We already streamed it, Ryzen. It's not my type of game. It's not bad though. I actually, out of all those sort of like weird Dark Souls online sort of it has so much with the game. Like at first I thought it was a Horus Souls-like. Then it became like this open world Rust sort of experience. And then it was like these giant bosses, and I'm just like, dude, what does this game want to be? And it's just like, it wants to be everything. But it almost kind of felt like Battle Royale-ish too. Because how it works is you plot your land, but it has a lot of stuff going for it, but it's not my type of game. I don't think that I have any interest in checking it out again. I played for a while. Alright, so we're gonna kill this thing. Get more attack speed in this build will feel even better. Okay, so we got a ring. And then I think we break this or something. Okay, it's broken. And then we get to move out. I think, did they change how dodge works? It feels a little bit different too. I don't know. That was also true. Okay, so yeah, you get a passive point. And then we're gonna get as much attack speed and HP as possible. Now we have Smoke Bomb, which we can go ahead and run with. This thing's gotten nerfed a couple times, but it was bugged at the launch, and you get some crazy damage. We have extra. What's this? Okay, so we should probably swap to this. What do we have? We got 5%. We got 6% movement speed with that one. Oh man, that's an upgrade. All right. Okay. Just gotta go to the next zone. Hello, Desire. How you doing? What's the name of the game? The name of the game that we're playing is called Last Epoch. Hello, Death Row. How you doing? Alright, let's get more attack speed, more damage. That's a lot of damage. The nice thing with this build, if I like shoot and drag the enemies, it kind of lines them up for the ultimate, like, you know, penetrating shot, which is great. We can even maybe make a hybrid build where we use the puncture, because we cannot spam acid flask infinitely. Resource eventually kicks in, but who knows, maybe we'll get a unique for it. There is a pretty early unique that you can get for specifically acid flask. We'll see if we get it. If we do, we can try maybe run it a little bit, but one thing that is kind of big in the very beginning is, again, resources, and you're not going to be able to get enough items, I would say, to solve resource problems in the earlier stages. Okay, so you can still just forge it anywhere. I like that with this game. You don't have to go to no craft bench or anything and go to some blacksmith. It's just like you wanna craft, go for it. That's one thing that I actually really respect with this game. Like, out of all the action RPGs, I want to say this one is pretty top tier in terms of like in the best interest of the players and what they've done. Like, I like this game a lot, but it's just like the way that the combat feels in this game, I feel like is the only thing holding this thing back from legitimately becoming the best action RPG ever. Because it has some really cool ideas in terms of itemization. It has really, really good, like, quality of life. Like, really good. The crafting in this game, by a long shot, is the most beginner friendly. And I think this game has the best crafting system. I think it has the best auction house. Like, I like PoE because you can search a lot better, but they've updated that, and on top of that, it's just all built in game. You don't have to go to no website and have 500 people not respond to your trade request. So I like this game a lot. And actually, the boss battles are actually pretty cool in this game, I'd say. So what do we have in our... We have plus 12. And you can craft in the earlier stages. It's not like that big of a deal to just go ahead and craft earlier on. Let's see what we have. You can craft and play at the same time. Oh, chance to ignite on hit. Let's go for it. Like, any amount of damage that you can get in the very beginning, that's fine. Just throw that thing on. Boom, let's throw on another thing. Oh, that was the only affix we had? What is this one? Glyph of Chaos? Okay, well, we have a chance to ignite on hit on that bow, wherever that one is. Is it over here? Do we have another, like, something? No, we only had one. Okay. Well, let's grab it out of here, because it actually gives you another storage, basically. And let's keep on going. You just made a sword? Nice. On last Epoch. I wish that you could go, there's one thing I wish the game had, is, like, you can be, like, male or female on the classes. But, like, I mean, does that really matter too much? What is this game? The name of this game is called Last Epoch. But this is not Path of Exile, to answer your question. Not Path of Exile 2 either. But we'll be playing Path of Exile 2 later this year for sure. But what we're doing right now is basically just getting as much attack speed and damage as possible. And if we need more HP, we can get the other thing. The other thing actually gives us damage. We're going to max out both of these anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But if I'm noticing that we're way too squishy, like, we actually died, which is honestly a huge surprise to me. I expect to maybe die on, like, the very final boss, because that boss, sometimes if he hits you, it hits really hard if you don't have the resistances. And I'd rather die a couple times with my leveling experience and be way more in damage, because most of the time your bottleneck is going to be movement speed and damage while you're leveling in any action RPG. Survivability, that can come at the end game. Because if I die on a boss, but I'm completing the campaign, you know, 2 or 3 times faster, that's fine by me. We gotta keep on pushing. Oh, we got another skill on puncture. More bleed. I'm gonna max out the bleed chance to be 100% bleed, because even at 100% bleed, if you go past 100%, it actually matters in this game. Like in some games, past 100 doesn't do anything. In this game, over 100, unless they've changed it, it just gives you more stacks of bleed. So 200 would be 2 stacks of bleed, which is awesome. I love that they designed it that way. Again, most of the stuff is always in the player's benefit. in this game, and I love it. We got two little dodge rolls, which is nice. So question mark? I'm doing good, man. I'm just excited to try out the new league. Hopefully we get to see the new mechanic, because, like, to be honest, right now I feel like I'm playing on the non-season. But sometimes, like, when games have these new mechanics, it's like endgame only, or you have to progress. I get it, you know. Because they can't just give you uniques at level 1. Well, I mean, they can, but, like, I remember, what league was it in PoE where you could definitely do that? I don't know, Ultimatum, or... There's a couple leagues where you can get, like, uniques literally at level 1 in PoE. I got a Tabula in Act 1 before, one of the new mechanics. I forgot which league it was. Oh, we gotta watch the little cutscene or something. That one has increased HP. 3 health regen per second. Okay. Transfer all the materials. We don't have any. Okay. Talk to him. Oh, now we gotta return to somewhere. Let's go travel base. Alright, let's keep it going though. So we need to talk to the NPC, and we also need to sell all of these things for gold. At the very beginning, just like any action RPG, you got nothing. Okay, so I think shift and right click is to sell. We've got 1 ring that we'll probably replace. What does this give us? Dex and cold. Honestly, that one's like not that bad because it gives us +1 to Dex, but we'll get no replacement for it later. And then as far as other things that we can get, if we have a good quiver, there's a ring with some dodge health. I mean, this is technically a little bit better. And the prices of the stuff is very reasonable. One thing in Diablo 4 that's actually broken right now is specifically that the NPCs, like, they don't sell anything that's, like, good. Like, ever. And this is like in the earlier stages. I think that the NPC should have items that you would want, at least in the earlier stages, but Diablo 4... the NPC is basically like, it could be deleted and it would not matter, like, at all. Because they sell stuff for, like, in the endgame, it's like almost 1 million gold. And they're like only yellow and blues. Like, they're like, it's like objectively just like bad. There's like no point. Oh, this is to run the dual wield, which is really cool, but more damage. More damage, more attack speed. Alright, have a good one, Death Row. Less Epoch, yes, that's the name of the game. Alright. Just want to go as fast as possible, and then eventually we'll unlock another skill. Ooh, we just got a yellow bow. This is one thing I like with action RPGs when you're, like, leveling. Is like when you get that first yellow item and you're like, oh sweet, I got something, you know? And that's why I like, once in a while I'll go back and go play Diablo 1. But speaking of Diablo 1, Diablo 1 actually just had the Hell 3, it went into beta 2 days ago, and I forgot to kind of cover it. I was still working on a lot of builds for Diablo, that's why. Because I want all my builds to be ready for Season 5 when Season 5 drops. And Season 5, guys, is just in just, like, what? Is that less than 3 weeks, right? Is that August? Yeah, it's coming out very soon. And so, like, I want all my builds to be uploaded and ready. Even though, like, some of them right now it's just, like, PTR stuff. Minimum skill increase. Oh, so what that means is, like, when we get another skill to upgrade, it'll start off at, like, level 2 or something. Okay. I don't know if this game has pets yet. But after, like, Diablo added pets, I feel like every video game needs pets to pick up, like, the gold and the stuff that, like, of course you're gonna want to pick up. And it's not because I'm lazy, it's that legitimately, if you play action RPGs long enough, when you have to, like, walk back to pick up something, unless it's, like, a very, very, like, rare item, it's like, okay, yeah, of course you're always gonna want gold, right? You're always gonna want the crafting materials, but it just feels, like, unnecessary. Let's see, what do we have? Increased damage over, damage over time works. Poison on hit? Okay, sure. Like I said, in the very beginning, getting any chance to do whatever sort of damage is like so good. Okay, so we got one of that, and then we have we can maybe upgrade. Ooh, Cinder Strike was kind of fun too. Let me show you guys this skill. So I'm gonna respec out of this, and I love how you can just like despecialize, boom, instantly done, and it like doesn't really remove anything. So Cinder Strike is pretty cool. Let me show you what this skill does. It has like kind of like a combo built into it. There's Ignite Chance. Let's go get the Ignite Chance. And I think this one costs no mana, right? Yeah, these both cost no mana. So I like leveling with these. And one of these, I'm pretty sure the blue quests, and someone let me know if I'm wrong on this because I haven't played this game in a while. The blue quest will give you like a skill point, but you only need to do so many. And then after you do so many, you don't have to do all of them. So I'm pretty sure there's probably some sort of 100% efficient path. But it's 55 on the third. It's like the third attack on this one does a lot of damage. But I like the Pierce way more. It's just the way it feels and it hits everything is quite nice. Alright. Let's see if we got any upgrades. Ooh, okay, so we have 18 bow damage, where this is 12, so that's already plus 6. But this one has cold, which is just flat damage, but this is still probably better because it also has poison on hit, which will increase our damage. Let's go swap to this because it's yellow. And what do we have? Vitality and dodge. Just has increased mana plus health. Which one's giving us more right now? I don't know. Okay, that one gives us one more HP. But hey, it all adds up. This one has what? Increased. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good for a while. All right, and then we're gonna despec out of this, and then we're gonna run shift to go even faster. I think shift heals you is pretty good. Increase cooldown. And then there's one where you get increased movement speed, which we'll definitely get. But in the very beginning, I actually think this thing is really, really good to get because you get to move faster. Let's actually add this to the right click because I'm not really using the other one, the other skill at all. Yeah, just that small amount of heals because you're going to be able to constantly just have a free heal every few seconds. It's very nice to have. Let you speed up the process, you know? $30. Yeah, this game is not free. You have to pay for it, but it's definitely worth it. There's no BS microtransactions at all. The only thing that you can get in this game is skins, which, again, they don't affect gameplay at all. Like, you can't buy storage space either. You can buy it for gold in the game, but you have to get it in-game. There's no other way. You can't buy gold or anything. There's no pay-to-win whatsoever in this game. Very, very respectable team. Not even gray area stuff where it's like extra characters or anything like that. It's just straight up the most legit, like, awesome game when it comes to, again, like, quality of life for the player's best interests. I can't think of a game, honestly, that does a better job than this game. It's not a sponsored video or anything. I genuinely like the team that like works on this game. But yeah, they said beta this year, man. So my hope is on October or obviously the latest is December for the beta. I mean, it doesn't get any later than that. But honestly, the reason why I'm very patient with PoE is that I want to say that they'll probably get it right. And we have Diablo, guys. Diablo's expansion is coming out this year. Like, I'm blown away that they're getting it out this early. That's super, super awesome. Alright, so now we're going to get this. And then what else can we get? We get the Bleeding Fury. That each stack falls off after 3 seconds. Wait. It just grants you it. 100%. Each stack falls off after 3 seconds. What does it do? Doesn't it give us like extra attack speed? Bleeding Fury. Max stacks. Okay, it has duration, but like what does it do? I don't know. Let's put a point into it. It gives us extra bleed chance anyway, so this works. I'm going to put, like I said, I'm going to max out bleed. Any of the sort of like damage things are great. Got decoy. Alright, we'll use decoy. This used to give you some like sort of bonus when you stand inside. It was super overpowered. How much movement speed? 3%. I'll skip it. Usually I'm like, I don't care, get every single movement speed possible, but 30% too low. I'm gonna throw a little decoy totem. But it feels kind of good to come back into a game that I haven't played in a while. But yeah, Twitch drops are on, so if any of you guys want the free cosmetics, you guys can earn it. I have drops on. Pee-wee's goated, yeah. I think it's a very interesting decision. Do you guys know that PoE 2 and PoE 1 are both going to be different games? Which I'm super surprised that they're doing that. Like, that just means that we get 2 games, essentially. I think it's because they wanted to do things differently, and I think that they probably... My guess is... This is my honest guess. I don't know. I'm just guessing that, like, 2 people that are pretty high up probably had 2 completely different visions of the game. And maybe they headbutted. Maybe they were like, dude, let's just make 2 games. But anything that you bought in PoE 1 will work with PoE 2. Which is, like, super consumer friendly. So I think that was a great decision that they decided to go with that. But what are we in for? Okay, so 36 minutes in and 0 new league mechanics. So I'm hoping within the first hour we can at least engage in something new. Because otherwise people that played the game maybe were like, oh, didn't really like it that much. I'm going to hop into the new league, see if anything is different. And it's like the same game. I would say within the first half hour, you got to show off at least one thing new. You know what I mean? That's the way I personally see it. I mean, Diablo's entirety of most of the campaigns can be completed with the new seasons within just like a couple hours. And you can engage with it as soon as you start. So they have this decay. Like, I don't even need to shoot him, and he'll actually just decay with the ward. I'm not sure why they really made that. It's to make it so the boss battles actually feel like a boss, I guess. I guess people... It's a really interesting decision, because it doesn't really make the content that much harder, because I can just walk around. But if I have enough damage, I could just literally just try to still burst them. But, again, the point of the new shields... that the bosses have is every single, was that 30% about? Something like that. I mean, this was supposed to be a boss. I like how I'm still surprised that I died to something random in the very beginning, but like the boss, we just like absolutely just rolled them, right? No problem at all. And then I think we're good. What does this one have on it? Minion damage. Well, this one has 7 fire res, so 7 fire res better than whatever we've got right now. And usually in action RPGs, fire is one of the most common damage types. Waypoint. I guess we go back to camp. You didn't want to say anything about my death. Yo, don't make fun of me. Someone's gonna be like, dude, this guy sucks at action RPGs or whatever. Dude, it happens.
The terror's blessing.
Even some of the most experienced players, like... You won't die to like the end game boss, but you'll die to some like random trash mob or something, and it's just because you got hit. Like in PoE, sometimes you get unlucky with like, let's say you're running an evade based character, 2 things get like a crit, and your map mod have like increased crit damage or something like that, and you're just dead. But you can sit there face tank the boss. It happens, man. Let's go sell all these garbage items.
And who are you?
Where's the NPC? It's one of these. Is it this one?
Who are you?
Oh, there we go. It's right here. Sell all for garbage. I wish there was like a sell all button. That'd be very nice. And then as far as buying stuff, nothing. So, other than maybe this one. What's this give us for more? 24? 40. Boom. Upgrade. Let's see. We got 23% increased bow damage. We have 6% bow speed. I like the speed. I don't really care about the potion slots. And we are good. I don't think we need anything. Alright. And I'm pretty sure in this game, by the way, when you're in town, I think you can TP without the waypoint. There's a lot of like weird things that like I just like know about this game, because I think oh dang, how much did I pay for this game? I got it a long time ago though. Like I got it when it was like in like early access mode. We gotta talk to another NPC. Okay. Now we gotta go somewhere else. Oh, it's just gonna TP us right there. What game is this, Nick? The name of this game is called Last Epoch. You can TP to any waypoint at all times, can't you? I'm gonna test it out after.
Everything looks so different. Is there anyone here?
Oh, well, maybe not in combat. No, I'm pretty sure you don't need like the waypoints though. I think maybe inside town. Maybe you have to complete campaign. I don't know. I just remember that someone showed me that. I was like, dude, are you serious? And I was sitting there watching the waypoints. I don't know. Maybe you have to reach a certain like threshold, or it might just be in town. I just know that like you don't have to always be on the waypoints. I mean, look at our build. We are just already zooming. Like, just go faster. We want to pick up all of those. Now we get a bunch of these, and then every third melee or bow attack, we can get some more damage. We can get, what is it called? Some glancing blows. We can get haste on hit. But pretty much, I'm just going to max out this. It's like just so much better. And then this one's really nice. Just gives us extra heals, and also it can give us mana. But eventually we'll get Ballista, and we can just throw down the Ballistas and just kind of run. And it'll kill most of the stuff as we progress. But there is a thing that I want to get, which grants us haste, which will make us feel even faster. Still, no new mechanics though. Oh, I almost want to just play until we get to see the new like league mechanic, but if it doesn't pop up, I can't do anything about it, you know. And maybe it's only endgame, an endgame activity, or at least in like the earlier maps. Copy and paste Diablo. It's Heartseeker. No. Our thing is just pen shot basically. If you want like a comparison to a Diablo build, we're basically playing penetrating shot. Oh, so we just get more bleed chance. Okay, that's how it works. The bleed damage is pretty good already. Okay. This is the new season. Yeah, it just started. Just started today, man. Just kind of just checking it out, seeing, you know, if it's kind of worth playing. And, you know, I'll be honest, I like the game and I think it's worth playing, but as far as like the new league goes, I mean, do I like the extra dodge roll? Sure, it's definitely an improvement. No doubt about that. But it's more so that like I like playing action RPGs, but I want to say if you didn't like the you know the first season 1, would you like the game now? Well, it's the same game, so no. But I know with like PoE, sometimes there are like straight up bad leagues. Like I ain't gonna lie, I didn't play much Necropolis. A lot of people didn't play much Necropolis. If you look at like Steam, you can always kind of use that as somewhat of a guideline. You know how many people are engaging in the league. Because I liked last league. Last league was really good for PoE, which allowed you to get like these extra another ascendancy. That was cool. And then they just were like, nah, you lose that. Okay, what do we get? You can craft items now. But I don't think that was a good trade-off. I always like when we get superpowers. You know, that's really cool. The thing that like Diablo was doing for a while. But then like this season, I don't know whether they're just like no season powers. What? Like then there's no point in playing this season, right? Like this season 4 of Diablo was incredibly good. For other reasons. I don't know, what is... Oh, T to go back. Season 4 was really good, specifically because they added the tempering system, right? That was really good. But that's also on Eternal. And a lot of people didn't know that, and I think that... I don't know if that was miscommunication, or, you know, it's fine. It's probably better that way, honestly, that people make seasonal characters. Otherwise, what's going to happen is they play their character that's already min-maxed, and they get bored and they leave. I know that that's exactly how it is if they don't That's why it's set up that way. But haste on, is it crit? And deal more damage based on your movement speed. Okay. Like I said, we're going to be maxing this out, and then we're going to probably get the health. And then we can respec later. You can respec relatively easy in this game. Alright, so how this game works is like there's these different timelines. And you got to kind of travel between them. There's only one thing that actually is cool with this as far as the timeline goes. And how it works is like you go between the present and the past, and you go between it, and like you get to go through areas that have been decayed and stuff. It's actually really, really cool. It's kind of like if you played Titanfall 2. It's kind of like that. But it's only on that like mechanic. It's like endgame. I think it's where you get the... You take an item with like legendary potential. It's actually a really cool system. In fact, the itemization process in this game is pretty cool. I like it. Which master? Oh, 100% Falcon. Falcon is the best, man. I actually tried playing all of them. And like, it was just like no competition. Falconer was just so good. Even though it got nerfed, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just so much better than anything. Because I wanted to play like a multi-shot build, and like Falconer was just like so much better. Because the Falcon itself is just so strong. Even if it got a 50% like nerf, I would have still played it. It got like a small number change. Still an absolute S tier build. How about you, Tarsia? The Wisp League was great. Yeah. Wildwoods or something. The Ascendancies, I liked that one too. That was good. Throw down a decoy totem. You can see, like, now my HP is, like, it's not really dropping. It's great. And so we're probably going to get more bleed. What is it we got? Oh, here we go. Yes, this is what we wanted. This is a huge thing. It grants you frenzy when you hit something. Is it like 20% attack speed or something? It's basically like, if I remember correct, it's kind of like, it reminds me of like Onslaught from PoE. Oh, we gotta push the lever. It wants us to go where? Head northeast. Okay, I think this is northeast. And you want to pick up all of the little like gold things. Let's see, what do we got? Void resistance. What does this one give us? Damage over time is better. We are zooming. But I already have like this full like walkthrough of whatever I played for last league with this build. It was really good. That's kind of cool. Oh, we want to grab all of these if we're going to continuously play. But I want to see the new like mechanics. I got to at least see the new mechanics. Oh, our first unique, but it doesn't really work for us because it says your minions, spell, and bow deal 90% increased damage. Cool. And our minions leech 10% of the damage they deal. Wow, that's a really cool item. Maybe we can make a build with that. I mean, I'm pretty sure how it works. I haven't checked like the minion changes, but minions were incredibly strong for like leveling. Like they were just like deleting everything left and right in this game. And like getting that much extra bonus damage, I mean, that's awesome. But I don't know how good they are in the late game. They actually buffed the minions though for survivability, which I'm assuming they buffed the survivability because it was kind of subpar, but I don't know how good it's going to be. I know you can play minions, like it's definitely playable. Like Diablo in Season 1, like you could not really play minions unless you had Ring of Menel, and even then it was pretty rough. we're just melting that shield. Like, this is supposed to be a boss. You guys see how OP this build is? I'm just gonna stand still. More DPS.
Go on. I'll be right behind you.
Okay. Good stuff indeed. I'm doing good. Just checking out the new league, and we're gonna get a unique actually right here from one of these quests, and we got another passive point. Nice, nice.
You now the gods have
Ooh, we got some idol slots, and I think they give you. Don't they give you idols? Or do they not give you idols yet? It's one of these NPCs.
Go on then.
There's actually a really good pair of gloves that you can get, and so we're gonna do this quest first. I think they're pretty much at the same time. All right, we're gonna grab this, and we still have another point, more of this, and then we can actually gain some HP, or we get a poison chance with a bow. So you have a chance to poison on hit while you have a dagger or bow equipped. Now, I'm not really gonna scale like too much damage over time, but this is really not that bad to just get some extra free damage in. So what we can get, after we max out this, we can actually get this, and I believe it's only 20 points to advance. Actually, I already have my old build guide already ready on one of these tabs. Yeah, I have my build from I don't know how many leagues ago. Actually, it was only 1 league ago, but it didn't really get changed over here. So you can see this was my character from. I don't know if it has the date over here, but yeah. Does it show like the? And I'll also link this like if you watch this on YouTube, like as the VOD, as I'll probably upload this. But yeah, this build is just so good. I'll also link like the build guide video if I remember. It's really beginner friendly, and on top of that, it just has so much DPS that like a lot of the bosses you don't even need to really worry about like their mechanics, because you just do so much DPS that you one face it. But now I don't know if that's not going to be like possible. When is PoE dropping? We have no official release date for PoE 2. However, we do know that the beta is this year. So my guess is if they're dropping beta this year, and beta was supposed to come out, guys, at one point they said beta maybe in 2020. There was a time where they actually said maybe in 2020. The fact that it's 4 years later for a beta makes me think that the game's got to be really close to completion. They probably want those first impressions to be like so good, you know, just really perfecting it. I think we're done here. We can just go back to town. One thing I like with this game also is that like if you want to make a TP and just TP out like D2 status, you can. It's not like D3. Oh, I got channel. Oh, I got smacked. All right, I gotta go back and channel. Oh, I got smacked again. I think that like again, there's just so many quality of life things that really change up the game. So we get these gloves, and these are one of the top tier gloves because they give you elemental leech's health and as well as elemental resistance. It's really great to get that much resistances in the earlier stages of the game. And I think there's another item that you can get with it, which is like some other, and I think you give the item to someone else or something and changes it. But now we are on to the next area, and we got more dexterity. And then what else do we have? We have 2 points over here, so we can get more heals, we can get mana, we can get these shurikens to throw. I think there's cooldown reduction. It's only 12%, which is really low. Let's see, we have increased, oh, here we go. We want that increased, whatever that one is. So this one requires 2 points into this for mana. I guess we get 2 points here, and then we get this, just so we can have even more movement speed. But no new mechanic yet. We're almost an hour in, too. Oh, do I have to talk to an NPC or something? Oh, were we at the? We're at the area. I just gotta go back. Okay. Well, we went back and got the gloves. We can also sell these garbage items and see if the vendor has anything new. If they got something new, we can go get it. How much does it sell for gold? 620. It's not like that much. I don't think it's gonna even sell for like a lot in the bazaar, because by the time we get to the bazaar, which is the end game, we've probably already replaced it.
Follow your feet.
But is there any white items that we have? No, we don't need it. So we go from library. Oh, so library is too far. So we go from last archive actually to the study. So there's like I guess 2 branching paths. Yeah, the crit. I left my idols at the NPC. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Appreciate it. I will go back. They're probably garbage anyways. Yeah, I thought normally that they would give you the idols in your inventory. That's why I was like wondering where the heck those were. But let's go ahead and go this way now. So last time we went over here into like the underground area. That's where we get the quest for the unique. You can either get like a necklace that after so long you get a guaranteed crit or something like that. And it's actually one of the best things in the game for our build. If we want to run ballistas for late game. You want one that has legendary potential though, because you can't really fully spec into it. But you know what, I'm thinking about it now. I don't know if it still works. So it's kind of something probably not intended to work the way it works. But as long as you never attack, which right now we can't do that. But as long as we don't attack, we just throw down the ballistas, it's just going to grant us like 100% crit, which is like really godly. But you can also get 100% crit another way. Does anyone know if that still works? I forgot exactly how it's worded, but basically, like, if you don't crit in a certain amount of time, your next hit will be crit. But since you never hit and your minions are hitting, it just counts. But you also have to get the thing where your ballista's crit damage is, or crit strike chance is like equal to yours or something like that. But it's very good. Very, very good. We got all those little shards. Ooh, we got a belt that does something, maybe. Increase cold damage. Well, I don't really have any cold damage, but we will eventually get lots of cold damage. And the reason why we're going to get cold damage is hopefully we can get these boots just off a random drop. But if not, they're like super, super cheap boots that you can get called Morning Frost. And I've got them 2 times while leveling, so it's just like a really low level one. Oh, this is like one of the phases where you can't deal damage or something. Having them be distracted. I like the ability to kind of do this little dodge roll to get around. Alright, nothing really looks super good to me, so I'm just gonna peace out. So let me see if we can just go back to here. Okay, you can. So you don't even need to create a portal. See how I was saying before, you don't even need to go to the waypoint. You don't even need like TP scrolls or anything like that.
Please.
Okay, we got another passive. Alright, so where were those? You said those idols? I left them on the floor? Or maybe they disappeared? But it's okay. Those ones are probably going to be garbage. We're going to get more idols. Think of them just like charms in Diablo 2. But like the ones they give you, they're pretty memes. It's the earlier stages, so forgetting them isn't that big of a deal. Getting the extra health is not too bad earlier on. But I'm going to go for this. I want as much damage as possible. I want all the DPS that we can get. Necromancer's OP. Oh, in this game? Oh, do I have to talk to the other NPC? Then he's going to open up the gate. Oh, never mind. It's the top. But Revular, how you doing, man? I'm doing good. Thank you, mate. I'm just trying to check out the new league. Like, I'll play for... originally, I was going to upload like my first hour's impressions, but I can't give you my impressions of the new league. Unless I get to experience it, but I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know if it's going to be like 7 hours for the new league of mechanic, because I want to experience it. So I'll play for like maybe first hour plus, and I'll maybe do like up to an hour and a half. But like, I could tell you that the game does feel better with the little dodge roll, but that's like, you're getting a free extra ability to use. I mean, of course the game's going to be better. I don't think anyone would hate that you get a new dodge roll. Also, it doesn't count as a mobility skill, which is great, because that would actually break a lot of builds. Even though it's totally like a mobility ability, but it's good though that they don't make it count. As much we can get that poison. I want this at 2 seconds. It just basically keeps it up at 100%. Because like in between, if the stack falls off, it doesn't feel as good. Because yeah, it would have fallen off a lot earlier. I'm looking for bows. If we see another gold bow or a gold quiver, we will pick that up. But other than that, I really don't need to pick up really that many things. I could probably get a better chest piece at this point too. That was so easy. Oh, okay, we got some leather gloves, maybe a helmet. Oh, we got some idol. So this is what an idol is now. We can show you guys what an idol is. So it's basically like a charm from Diablo. I don't even care what this one does. It's just going to be better than nothing. I see, it just gives you extra resistance. Like I said, in the very beginning, they're like really like mid anyways. But maybe we'll be able to at least get the Falconer. And then you guys can see how OP the Falconer is. And I swear, once you get that thing to the game, it's just blazing through. D4 main here, is this game worth playing? Oh, definitely. But just as a heads up, this game costs money. It's not like free. Not like First Ascendant or you know, Path of Exile. This game is last Epoch. Is this game on console? No. No console release, not yet. Hopefully it'll come out on console, because I actually do like the game. But I think the only thing holding this game back, like I said, is like the engine itself. Which I know that's not going to be like an easy, okay, they can fix it real easy, Kappa. Okay, so this boss is, we're going to be fighting a dragon very soon, and I don't know if certain bosses have like very high chances in the campaign, but I know in the late game there are bosses that have high chances to drop certain things. So if we get Morning Frost, guys, it's game over. Like, we're gonna one-shot everything pretty much until the end game, except for the bosses, but that's kind of normal. I mean, we're already pretty much deleting stuff in a couple hits, I want to say. Yeah, most of the stuff is like exploding or something. We'll shoot once and they'll just kind of bleed out. This guy is elite, so he'll take a couple. Or magic monster. There's like 2 of them here. But ideally with the skill we want to try to hit, you know, 2 birds with 1 stone. Try to get that good penetration on both of them. Alright, let's see what we got with those gloves. See if we get any extra attack speed. Attack speed on gloves, because these gloves that we got are actually pretty good. Unfortunately, these give us nothing. We have what is this one? That gives us one more HP. How much armor does this one give us? 44. Okay, well, that's fine. I'll take these. Some items in the game will have like basically double implicits, which is crazy. Yeah, I think pretty soon. Are we coming up to the dragon? Oh, we have stun over here. Oh, we got a new something of frost. I'd have to go around something. I'm pretty sure like a boss comes out eventually here.
That was close.
I know at some point, like when we go through the portals, there's like a dragon that you can fight. I want to say it's pretty early on. Okay, I think we just kill stuff until it spawns in. This is giving us 40. This is 12 void res.
Easy. Too easy.
Okay, there's the boss. That was the boss, by the way. Absolutely just blazed through the content, right? Let's see. Nothing. Is this boat better? 18. That's fine. I'm not gonna try to craft on that one. This was like a lot better. And you can remove points. It's not that big of a deal if you want to change. I don't know how often we're actually poisoning the enemy. I feel like they're dying too fast. We'll see though. And then any skills have any points? 20, which we are 15. We might get another one. I didn't read that wrong, right? It's not. Yeah, poison chance. Oh, okay, it is working. See, the stacks of poison. Right now, what we're scaling is we're not really scaling damage over time. It's just if we just get any flat numbers, it's just going to be way better. So you can see the poison and the other one stacking up. two different paths. That one's a dead end though. Does it have seasons? Yeah, the new season just started today. That's why you probably are seeing a lot of Diablo content creators play this game today as well. The stutter stepping feels really good in this game. Now we gotta go this way. Cool little animation when they die. It almost looks like a little gravity thing gets summoned. Hopefully we'll get some extra uniques. This game's relatively decent with the unique drop rates in the earlier stages. They call them legendary items. Okay. Let's go to the next area after doing this. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I think we finally get it, guys. Is this the new league mechanic or what is this? I see it. Finally, this is like the whole time. This is what I think should have been within the first hours. Basically, what they probably set it up for. So I'll show you guys exactly what this is. So it appears on the map as a little... Is it like an eagle or what is it? Looks like some sort of golden shield. Okay. I want to kill everything first. And then we're going to put in the points. So how it works... Because I actually know how it works. So you click on it and you can put other things in here. And I can empower... And it says the items will combine into a vengeful nemesis that must be defeated. These items are enhanced and available in the following encounters with the nemesis. So basically, we can maybe get this like literally at the start of, well, it's like 1 hour is pretty much the start, right? So we get an item maybe has, what is it, some sort of cold, and then it has 100% of mana strike base converted to cold, and fury leap base converted to cold. And then I believe you get a random chance. These are all, oh, well, this would be great to get the, what is it? Get increased poison damage. All attributes isn't bad. These are all great things. So if I banish, it says banish the nemesis and their items. The next nemesis encounter will be composed of different ones. So it's like basically you're saying I don't want to do it or I want to do it. Now I'm going to empower it because I'm thinking that how it works is if I challenge it, it will. Do I get to choose one of these? I think there's certain ones that are going to be different. Like some of them you get to put in your own item, and then you can actually modify the item by giving it legendary potential, which is basically just getting a unique item, then adding more stats to it. So we're going to empower it. Now, this might be way too hard to do, but we're going to find out. I mean, that's the point. Oh, this thing is old. It might be like way overtuned if we put the empower on it, but... I've just noticed what's so good with damage over time builds is the damage over time bleed goes through the shields, the ward. But I'm like really low on HP. This is actually very dangerous. I'm gonna have to actually play it super safe because I don't know what happens if you die. Oh shoot, he dropped a lot. Wait, he's dead, right? He dropped a lot of loot. Now, did he drop one of the... I don't know which item was from him. Was it this? I mean, he definitely died right here. There's a bunch of loot. I probably should have checked out everything, but I'm pretty sure this is going to give us more damage because it's just flat damage. And it gives us health on kill, which is actually quite nice. What does this give us? Some cold. So basically this gives us nothing. Later we can maybe use that, but I mean, it's like barely an upgrade. It's got cooldown recovery speed. What does this have? Vitality health? The vitality. At this point, I don't need to hoard junk right now. We really don't get any bonuses from that. What does this give us? Okay, damage over time. Okay, cool. Yeah, this build, the reason why I really like it for playing, and hopefully there's one of those in every single area so we can test it out a couple times. But the reason why I like the way that this build is designed is because you can get flat damage, you can get damage over time. It's like so beginner friendly. You literally do whatever, and your damage is going to go up. Because you can scale poison, you can scale bleed, you can scale damage over time, you can scale flat damage. Like it literally doesn't matter with this, which is so good. The name of this game, Bitcoin, is called Last Epoch. All right, we talk to the NPC. But yeah, if you guys need this build, I already have it uploaded, and it has gotten just like very, very minor nerfs, just as a heads up. But like, it does not matter. It is still one of the top tier builds. Well, once we get the you know, ballista, because that's what it is. It's actually a ballista build. But you can't just start off level 1 with ballista. The bosses feel very, very fair in this game. So I'm kind of curious to see what the endgame boss is like. Oh, there we go. Nice. We got a new quiver too. And we got another idol.
Shame.
I don't even need to read what the idol does. It's just like free stats.
done is
Oh,
done.
but you can see we'll eventually unlock this whole thing. But for now, we have Ignite on hit, or we have Necrotic Resistance. I mean, this one is so bad. I'm never gonna want this, unless like I just get like a free open slot, because I just remembered I have no other ones to replace it with. Just go through the time rift over here, and then keep on going. Last Epoch was fun, you just never got hooked like Diablo. You're not sure why. I'll tell you why. It's because of the way the engine feels. Like, the game is legitimately good though, right? Like, I feel the exact same way. Like, this game is, like, objectively, in terms of design, way more complex than Diablo. And that's kind of one area that I wish Diablo was a little bit more complex in, like, its build. It's not like, okay, you have your 4 core skills, pick one. Okay, this one's super bad this season. Okay, well, then you don't run that one. You run whatever one's new OP, bugged build, right? That's the state of Diablo, and they are fixing things, but even if they fix everything, there's kind of like one flavor of the month. By the way, Falconer is like 1000% the best. Like, it's just like no doubt. It's just like so incredibly, so much better than everything. All right, so we need to put 1 point in here, and then we can now go into Falconer, because you have to spend a certain amount of points. So we can get extra health, or we can get chance to gain haste. This one's like okay, because, well, it's whenever us or the Falcon hits an enemy, we just gain haste, which is good. And then we also have increased minion damage. And right now, I don't really want to make it a pure minion build, so it doesn't really matter too much what we get. I want this, though. I'm always 1 point into this. This is so good. It's just 1% chance, and then it'll go up. You can make it 5%, but I just like at least 1 point into this, and then we'll probably just slam it all into dodge and stuff, which would be great. And pretty soon... oh, we have Ballista now. Cool. I don't remember when we just got that, but we do have Ballista now, so I can actually play with Ballista, which is pretty cool, because once we hit 20, which is on 4 levels, I think we might need to equip the Falcon. Yeah, we have to equip the Falcon. Yeah, we have to equip the Falcon skill. Okay. Which I think you can push it. Like, it's a pushable button. Although, what does V do in this game? I don't think it does anything. Alright, let's go actually use the Falcon, too. Alright, so Falcon on ability. There we go. And then we will be ready to go.
Why? Thank you. There is an old passage to the surface. I will
Talk to all the
decide
NPCs. Get more XP. And this guy can do respecs as well. If you ever need to respec, talk to this NPC and you'll be good to go. We have a bunch of quests that we just kind of completed. Or if you see any of the people with like the blue, looks like kind of like a blue diamond, just accept all the quests. Most of the quests will give you some sort of reward. At the very beginning, if I can just grab them and do them on the way, it's like whatever. But hopefully we can get more of these new mechanics. I want to do at least like 2 or 3, hopefully. But like, look at how good the Falcon is. I say that as it doesn't one-shot the thing. Yeah, I think pretty much over here is where the dragon comes in, right? Let's see how much... it killed most of the stuff. But it's on a really short cooldown too, which is great. But yeah, just having the Falcon is just... it makes the game so much faster. Especially once we get the Falcon mobility. Oh, right now our Falcon has a casting animation too. You can get rid of that later. So you can just walk and then you can actually make a pure Falcon build and just walk and then so the Falcon just do everything on its own. But right now it's not going to be that strong because we just got it. We can also throw it on the ballistas. Our boss DPS is going to be so much better now. Alright, so Falcon uses a pretty big chunk of mana. And at this point, we don't really need the decoys because the ballistas, I believe, also have HP, right? They can attack the ballista. Yeah, attack the ballista. Later, the ballistas will explode and they do crazy, and I mean crazy damage. They literally pop the entire screen. You get increased AoE, and man, it goes crazy. What game is this red method? Last Epoch. This is an ending game. Oh, kind of stuck. Yeah, the guy did some good damage. Maybe we need to get some more HP. But it's fine. The next few nodes are only HP based because we can't even get damage, even if we wanted to. We can get more poison chance, but eventually we're going to spec out of the poison. It's just for now. It's free extra damage that will be good basically till the end of the game. Okay, next up. We're skipping all the cutscenes. But yes, Bailey, name of the game is indeed Last Epoch. Grab the waypoint. I don't even actually know if you have to click on it. I'm assuming if it does the animation, you probably don't need to. I know in PoE you don't have to click on it anymore. They're doing that next league, which is awesome. Nice little quality of life. Eventually we'll be using the ballista. Ooh, nice! We have another one. So I'm hoping this is in every area, and maybe it's a random spawn. But if it's in every area, I think it'd be maybe too good, but who can get... Oh, so it's the same thing again. Oh, so you keep on fighting until you get maybe the item that you want. Like, getting this isn't bad. So I forgot why. Oh, so if it's... I think it's... One of the stats rolled higher than normal. So, like, can we... This would be actually great. If we get the armor, that's actually really good. So, I don't know if it means I have to do 3 of these. You, on your third encounter, you must either challenge or banish the nemesis. Well, I'm always doing this. So you can only, like, not do it several times. Oh my gosh, that is so much damage. Holy, he does not mess around with the damage. But having the ability to do these dodges is really cool. Let's hopefully get one of the drops this time. Oh. Oh, so he leaves. Oh, so he never dropped anything. On the third one, then we have to challenge him. So I also did the Empower. So basically, we need to fight him one more time to get the full experience. I believe that's how it works. This is my first time checking it out, so I'm learning his mechanics as well. You get all of the items? Oh, only if we kill him, though, right? We don't just get the items immediately. And what's the difference between empowering him and not empowering? Does he have a higher drop chance? But I appreciate you letting me know, Bio, because I just hopped into this. I didn't like read any of the patch notes other than I hit Control F, looked up Morning Frost, Control F. I looked at a couple of other things. I'm like, okay, they nerf Falconers some of the abilities by like, I don't know, a couple percents, and I'm just like, it's not enough. This build, they can cut this build's damage in half, and it would still be stronger than most of the stuff in the game. Like, it's just that good. But they didn't really kill it. Okay, we're at the new mechanic again. Nice. Let's go clear the area. Or actually, maybe leaving some enemies isn't bad because they can drop potions, right? I don't know if potions disappear after a duration, but I'm going to clean up the area a little bit so I don't run into a situation where I'm needing to back up and then I just get wrecked. I think we can only have 2 ballistas, right? Okay. So let's do it. Okay, so we just have to challenge him. Probably should have put in that other point in, but it's fine. It's not like our DPS is lacking at all. This build's like super OP. He does also slow you down too. Also, in this game, what I thought was a really interesting decision was that you can go into negative mana. Most games would never let you do that, but you can't go and use 2 different skills. Like, after you go negative mana, you can't go deeper into negative mana, but that was a pretty good amount of drops. So, like, in terms of how I feel about it, I mean, that was cool that we got some stuff, and I think, oh, that is new. I get how it works, guys. Okay, so to understand how it works, you remember how I was empowering? I'm pretty sure if you empower, it makes the stats on the gear that drops even better. So now, the only thing that's nice with this is honestly the all attributes, because that gives me dexterity, which is good. That would be ideally what we get on, what is it called? It's the purple items. I forgot what they were called in the game. But basically, that would upgrade that. So now we have this, which is excellent. And then we have this, which I can actually run this. It actually wouldn't even, yeah, because this is, it still works. So we don't have Fury Leap. This is, I think that is based on the another build, another class. So I can't really use that. But we have Cold Penetration and 100% of Mana Strike. Mana Strike, base damage converted to cold. I don't have that. So basically this is just cold conversion, and then we have health on kill. I mean, we could use it just for the sake of, you know, something new. And then I think we got a bow, right? Lightning damage. What were we running before? Oh, well, that's fine. This is actually an upgrade. Cool. And then we also got all of these like things were upgrades. Like really good overall. I think this is a 2-handed. Oh, it's a 1. Do we have a? Okay. Well, if it was a 1-handed sword, we can still use this. We're just gonna play with it for a second. But as far as the league mechanic goes, in my first impressions, oh, this is awesome, man. This is really cool. The extra life on kill is very, very good for leveling too. I mean, we could just play with this. It's working quite good. I mean, I usually like to play range because I don't know. I think as far as any action RPG goes, I like the bow the most. I don't know why. It's just always been like the coolest. Oh, but one bonus we don't get is we're running a sword, so the chance to poison does go away, which it's really not that big of a deal though. And I can remove those. But this item probably does nothing for us. But now I'm very interested to play more because I want to see if we can get some other uniques earlier on. But this is what I'm going to do as far as it goes. I might upload another build guide, although I'm pretty sure that this build that we're playing is probably still one of the best. But at least we got some more uniques to play with. And on top of that, it's really nice earlier progression. I mean, we just got a lot of stuff. We had to go into 3 different maps, so it does take some time. It's not like you instantly get it, which is fine. I personally, I've always felt like going into the area and just experiencing the thing and getting the rewards immediately has always been kind of what I consider better versus, like, if it was an option to maybe power it up and you would get better stuff, which is what you do, it'd be cool, like, you can pick a list of items, or you can, like, you can see the other items as they would go along, but I guess it's just the same item, but it is going to have a, think of it kind of like a greater affix in Diablo. That's what basically what it is. So the itemization in this game will be much easier and much more powerful. I would say we're probably still overall going to be way stronger than we were even after the nerfs with specifically our build, because again, if you could just consistently get things like, if you get Morning Frost and getting greater affix on that thing, oh my gosh, that's going to be really, really good. But anyways, I'm going to go wrap up my first impressions of this right now. So as far as it goes, the dodge, it's great. Again, I really don't feel like I need to talk about it that much. But as far as the game like running smoother, it is a lot smoother. If you guys didn't know, in the very beginning, the game was having some issues. Like, you could not log on and play the game online. You had to play offline, which sucked, but at least we had offline, and the servers were having a bunch of issues. But so far, I don't think I've seen one massive problem. I mean, there was like a glitch was like one of the things, but like, as in like, it didn't really affect gameplay, and that's all that matters. I mean, you saw me do a little roll, and I kind of cheated in the game, and I stood on top of the gate and I went through the bottom of it, but like, it's just because I know how that works with, it's one of like the areas with the gates that you can do with the rogue as well, or the falconer. But I would have liked to see, here's what I wanted to see though. I would like to see a new class, a completely new, like, you know, like I don't know what they call it, it's not an ascendancy in this game, but whatever that thing is, I would have liked to see a newer one. That would have been really cool. Oh my gosh, the damage was crazy right there. Just deleted that thing instantly. But I'm having fun with the game. I'll probably play more. Maybe we'll drop a build guide. But what do you guys think of it? I think it is, again, overall a positive change. But it might not be that much of a change for me to stick around and play this throughout its entirety. If it's just I get the same items. I know that there's 30 more unique items, but I actually went to the wiki or database. I looked at all of them. There's nothing for my build, so I didn't get too excited. But there was like this one thing. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And also, if I remember, I think it was this one, right? I think it was this one that has all the new uniques. I think it was this one. If we went to Harbingers, where is it? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So these are all the new items, and I was looking for, like, I was hoping we have something for like bow or like falconer. Is it not even sure like the? Oh, it's showing up on the left side. But I was looking like for the stuff that I like to play for my build. Okay, so one thing that I actually saw that I had interest in, because now we're getting into like why I was gonna play this. It was this. So it's called Celestial Doom. I don't know how good it was, so I didn't want to make this as a league starter. So what it does is when you cast Doom, you cast Doom Pulse when you cast a Fire, Cold, Lightning, or Necrotic or Void spell. So basically, if you cast anything, pretty much, except for like ability that only has, you know, 0 of these other tags, you don't get it. But each spell has a separate cooldown. So basically, you run 4 things, and at that point, it's a 1 second cooldown. You just rotate through 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of has a cool playstyle. But the reason why I was going to run this is it uses Doom Pulse. Some things that you get in the game are not castable. They're just like a unique effect, which is the reason why I like Last Epoch, honestly, is they come up with some cool ideas. So this skill unleashes a wave of void energy, and it says added spell damage is applied at 500% effectiveness. So, well, you get any spell damage, and that's multiplied times 500. Well, it's mostly like 5, if that makes sense, because it's 500%, right? So, you probably get a lot more damage. Now, is it actually good? Well, I don't know, because, one, the problem with, like, uniques in general in a game is it says for like legendary potential 1, like rare or common or whatever. I don't know how rare this item is. This item could be so rare that it's like a headhunter or like, you know, like what is it, a mage blood or something, or like an uber unique. And at that point, I would have to spend hundreds of hours. So I didn't really want to start off with like a league starter for this, but I already know my league starter is absolutely amazing. There's a couple other things, but like if I don't know the rarity of these, then I feel like it tells you what it drops from too. Oh, most of these drop from random drop. So yeah, it's just good luck, man, because, you know, in Diablo we can get the uber uniques from a level 85 monster, but is that realistic? No. So it looks like a lot of these drop from like some of like I'm guessing those are the new bosses or something, Harbinger or Chaos. So I'm guessing some of these are like, you know, obviously the new items drop from the new stuff. That's cool. But yeah, if you want this, here's the website over here, guys. I'm probably gonna forget to put it in, but if I remember to put it in, it's just Last Epoch Tools database for the search. It's because I looked that up before, and I was hoping that we would have new bows because that's my favorite thing. But the league's good. I think that it is legitimately pretty good, but it could have been a new class, a new specialization. It could have been, you know, those things, or like if there's like, here's a PvP arena. But another cool thing, I don't know if how to check this out. I don't know. I don't know how we would check this out. Oh, is it challenges? No. But there is a leaderboard for the game, and that is something that Diablo still does not have. So there's definitely a reason to play this game. But to kind of wrap up my thoughts and review of it, do I think that people that didn't like Season 1 or Season 0 would like this? I don't think so. I think this is the same game at the end of the day. But a lot of nice quality life things, the little roll. It's nice. And they've updated the Bazaar, which is where you buy items, but we don't have access to that right now. But if you haven't played the game, again, this is not sponsored. I genuinely like the people that work on this game. in terms of like their ideas, and I think the game is definitely worth checking out if you like games like Diablo and you're in between kind of waiting for the new season to start like myself. So it gives me something to do for the next like week or two. But that's gonna wrap up my thoughts. Let me know yours down below. Thanks for tuning in. It's my first hour's impressions of the new league.